Vice President Naidu meets Senegal President in Dakar. Center to set up Fisheries schools will be laboratory of national education policy, says Union Education Minister. Union Minister of State Dr. L. Murugan arrives in Meghalaya, interacts with beneficiaries of central government schemes. Nagaland Chief Minister met joint delegation from Embassy of Japan in India and Japan International Cooperation Agency. And campaigning for Kabi Anglong Autonomous Council elections continues in full swing. Assam Chief Minister attends several poll rallies. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Hansraj bringing to you the stories in detail. Vice President Naidu reached Senegal last night, marking the first ever high-level visit by an Indian dignitary to the West African nation. He was welcomed by Aissata Tall Sall, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Senegal, and other dignitaries at the Dakar airport. Vice President Naidu led delegation-level talks with the President of Senegal, Macky Sall, in Dakar. He assured Senegal of India's continued commitment to support its socio-economic development through all possible means. As part of the Vice President's ongoing visit to Africa, India and Senegal signed 3 MOUs pertaining to visa-free travel for officials, cooperation in youth matters and cultural exchange. MOUs were signed and exchanged by the Indian Minister of State for Health, Dr. Bharati Pawar, and Senegalese Foreign Minister Aissata Tall Sall in Dakar. India and Israel today discussed key issues pertaining to defense cooperation and global and regional scenarios. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh held bilateral meeting with his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Gantz in New Delhi. Earlier in the morning, Benjamin Gantz inspected the Guard of Honor in the presence of Singh. Gantz also laid wreath at the National War Memorial in the national capital. He arrived in New Delhi yesterday on an official visit. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has said school education is the foundation on which India will become a knowledge-based economy. Addressing the 2-day National Education Ministers' Conference on the second day today at Gandhinagar in Gujarat, he said PM Shri's schools will be the laboratory of National Education Policy 2020. He said the government will solicit suggestions and feedback from all states and union territories for creating a futuristic benchmark model in the form of PM Shri schools. He further said the next 25 years are crucial to establish India as a knowledge economy that is committed to global welfare. The 2-day conference, in which Union Minister and Education Ministers of states and union territories are taking part, will conclude today.
हमारे मित्र मनीष भाई पूछ रहे थे वो कैसा रहेगा, उसकी कल्पना हम आपके परामर्श से भी बनाएंगे. इतना ही मैं कहूँ, आज राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति को एक्सपेरिमेंट करने की एक लैबोरेटरी बननी चाहिए. आप सभी ने एग्जाम्पल स्कूल्स बना चुके हैं. मेरे केंद्रीय विद्यालय भी एग्जाम्पलर स्कूल्स है, नवोदय विद्यालय तो एग्जाम्पलर स्कूल्स है ही. उससे आगे जाने की आवश्यकता है. पीएम श्री स्कूल राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति की लैबोरेटरी बनेगी. लगभग टोटल स्कूल संख्या की 1% स्कूल एक बेंचमार्क हम खड़ा करेंगे, जिसमें सारे आधुनिक 21वीं सदी की भारत की नौजवानों को तैयार करने के लिए व्यवस्था रहेगा.
India has increased the number of its LPG connections from 14.5 crores to 30.39 crores since 2014. Under Prime Minister Ujjwala Yojana, 9 crore connections have been provided and additional 60 lakh connections approved. This was stated by Petroleum Minister Hardip Singh Puri while briefing media in New Delhi today about 8 years' achievements of the Narendra Modi government. He said the government is aiming to reach each household through gas pipeline connection in the upcoming years. Puri said since 2014, the PNG connections have increased from over 24 lakh to 90.9 lakh. He added that the country has also increased the number of its CNG stations from 936 to over 4,000 during this period. Union Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting and Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Dr. L. Murugan, arrived in Meghalaya for a two-day visit today. On day one of his visit, the minister interacted with beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana at Molindip in Riboi district. Dr. Murugan then visited the Meghalaya State Fisheries Research and Training Institute, where he explained the potential unlocked by central government schemes in the sector to trainees. The Union Minister further said the Narendra Modi-led government is seeking to make the idea of blue revolution a reality and stated that a total of 32,000 crores has been invested so far in the fisheries sector in the last 8 years.
Change the size of 8 to 12 centimeters, and then whosoever want to buy the farmers.
The Governor of Mizoram, Dr. Hari Babu Kambhampati, today interacted with top officials from Urban Development and Poverty Alleviation Department and Aizawl Smart City projects at Raj Bhavan. In a series of tweets, he informed that the officials gave detailed presentations about various projects funded through Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, the progress of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, urban as well as welfare schemes in the state. The governor appreciated the officials for being proactive in implementing essential infrastructural works as per the designs and further urged them to expedite completion of projects that have been delayed due to the pandemic. Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio today met the joint delegation from Embassy of Japan in India and Japan International Cooperation Agency. The Chief Minister informed through his Twitter handle that the delegation has appreciated Nagaland for the cooperation in transporting remains of Japanese soldiers during World War II. Rio further said various possibilities of joint ventures in developmental activities of the state was discussed during the meet. Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma is campaigning in Karbi Anglong for the upcoming Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council elections scheduled on 8 June. The Chief Minister attended several poll rallies for BJP candidates in various places of Karbi Anglong today. He expressed confidence that with public support, the triple-engine government of BJP will succeed in winning the elections and continue its efforts for development of Karbi Anglong. The polling for 26 seats will be held across 906 polling stations for the KAAC elections, and counting will take place on June 12.
medical college নাই cancer hospital to bharator matro keikhonman rajyot ase bharatborkhor kuno rajyote kuno jilate ekhon jila adi veterinary agriculture engineering forest training college state university central university campus iman dangor kam kormojogyo ketiao hua nasil aru ketiao baje kunoba jilat hobo tak moi sondeh koru.
Deputy Chief Minister of Nagaland, Y. Patton, inaugurated the council hall of Sungiki village in Wokha today morning. Taking to Twitter, he said that today's inauguration is the culmination of a dream and is set to improve the efficiency of the council. The Deputy Chief Minister further congratulated the people of the village. Aiming to improve the health ecosystem in Meghalaya, the state government is examining the possibilities to have specialized training for medical officers and administrative officers who man leadership positions in the field of public health. The government is examining this matter following directives from the centre. National Health Mission Director Ram Kumar pointed out that states with their own separate public health cadre are doing extremely well in public health. The centre has asked states to ensure that the people who take up public health leadership positions are well versed in public health, which is a complex topic requiring specialized training. The 44 Assam Rifles under the aegis of 22 Sector IGAR East organized Yog Savera, in which troops from its outpost took part actively to promote yoga and spread the message of holistic development of mind and body. The Yoga Shivir is a part of the unit's ongoing initiatives as part of Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav and is aimed to inspire mass movement for health and well-being through yoga. Yoga postures, Surya Namaskar and Yoga and Nidra were some of the activities undertaken during the event. Speaking on the occasion, the commandant of 44 Assam Rifles urged everyone to add yoga to their daily routine so as to reduce stress-related illness. And now for some sports news. Number 2 seeded Ina Shibahara and Wesley Kohlhoff won the Roland Garros mixed double titles on Thursday, defeating Ulrike Ekeri and Joren Vliegen 7-6, 5-6-2 in the final. Meanwhile, it's a semi-final exit for India's Rohan Bopanna and his partner Matue Middlecoff, who suffered a 6-4, 3-6, 6-7, 8-10 defeat against Marcelo Arevalo and John Julian in men's double semi-final match today. Bopanna had reached his first Grand Slam semi-final in 7 years after he and Middlecoff beat Lloyd Glasspool and Henry Heliovara in the men's double quarters finals of the French Open. In Meghalaya, the West Jaintia District's Badminton Association organized the 15th Inter-School Badminton Tournament for 4 days at Sutwahu Indoor Hall. The tournament was attended by the president of the association, J.M. Ponchap, who was accompanied by the chairman of the tournament, Teddy Lado, and secretary Mebankar, among other prominent members of the association. The tournament was conducted for under 13, 15 and 17 category for both boys and girls in single and doubles matches. 16 schools with 138 students took part in the tournament. And for more updates, viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. And to end the news, the main points once again. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu met Senegal President in Dakar. Center to set up PM3 schools will be a laboratory of national education policy, says Union Education Minister. Union Minister of State Dr. L. Murugan arrives in Meghalaya, interacts with beneficiaries of central government schemes. Nagaland Chief Minister met joint delegation from Embassy of Japan in India and Japan International Cooperation Agency. And campaigning for Kabi Anglong Autonomous Council elections continues in full swing. Assam Chief Minister attends several poll rallies. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in.